So I have a question that is maybe better directed at folks that have been doing this hunting thing for, since childhood, and their parents had been doing the hunting thing. So they were just born into this world of hunting. Because you know, you buy a pack of meat at the grocery store, you get it home, you put it in the fridge, it's good for like 2 days. Or it's got to be frozen right away, right? Otherwise it's going to spoil or something like that. Is that the same concept with freshly harvested, but with meat that you have harvested from an animal that has been living out in the woods, and then you processed it in your own kitchen with clean, sterile environment or whatever? Because it seems to me when I'm watching hunting videos, I see these guys catch this animal, and then they'll end up letting it. They let it. Say they wing it and doesn't go down right away. It runs off. Right. They'll oh, we'll come back in the morning. Maybe 5 6 hours later, and it's not always in these videos like a super wintry night where it gets down to like 20 degrees or whatever. They'll come back, they'll harvest it, cut it up, and then they gotta heft it out, put it in their truck, and they don't always just have a cooler right there. Sometimes they hang it, for a while. So like that was kind of a foreign concept to me. Maybe still is. I'm really fairly new to hunting, but is that is it safe? I don't know. It just seems weird to me to take this meat that is was a warm body a little while ago, now is just chunked up in room temperature, and to not immediately want to put that in the refrigerator or something like that is a weird thing to me. I assume maybe because it hasn't been processed and it hasn't really been exposed to all the same things that processed meats have been, that maybe that conception, not conception, that perception that I have of how meat is meant to be handled is just wrong. And store-bought meat is just not as good. Um, well, it just isn't good. I don't know. But yeah, like, how long is a piece of freshly harvested meat good for to just be kind of out in the elements before you would consider it to be rotten? Obviously, I know if it starts to smell, right? But there's a point before it starts to smell where it may still look good but might be bad. Yeah, this is something that I've been curious about for a while, because it was weird to me to just kind of leave the deer hanging for 3 days in a cooler, and then you know chop it up on a table, bring it home. Like it was a lot of exposure to ambient temperatures that I wasn't expecting. I thought it had to be done you had to do the whole process in a walk-in freezer or something like that. So if anybody with any real experience with this, who's just been doing it for a while and has no fear, would let me know kind of the ins and outs of how long is this stuff good for, what are the conditions under which it is good for this long, and how you manage and process and all that stuff your freshly killed game.